Oh, hello.
Gentlemen,
Welcome back, everybody.
it's another episode of Unscripted Gaming, post-scripted. Love is unscripted. My name is Josh.
My name is Mike. Sorry, hold on. I'm just.
My name is Ray, watching Mike spill his beer into a goblet.
What kind of goblet? To be clear for the listeners at home who don't have the lovely video production here.
They are golden goblets, so that you can't tell what liquid we're drinking. Is it water? Is it wine? Is it the third cheapest beer in America that Mike is drinking?
We also
It's not the third cheapest.
You will not
Mhm.
know how much fluid is in my goblet. For editing
For
purposes.
the edit. That's
For
right.
the edit.
You could tell how much is in mine because you could clearly see the condensation line.
Yeah.
Because I like my red wine chilled.
Wow.
MFers.
We have a lot of new listeners in the last couple weeks here, and they're probably going to have some feelings on that in general. But I will say, pouring whiskey into a wine glass is a bit of a challenge, from the simple fact that I have no frame of reference for how much is in here.
Oh no!
So
What have you done?
I may have poured a lot. I may have poured a little. I may have poured the perfect amount. I don't know. And yes,
Okay.
yes, I know that I could have gotten a different vessel, one that I know, and then just transferred it. But why dirty two dishes? That's
Love is blind, and so is life. You know?
It's true. And
What?
so
No, it's not.
and so too sometimes is
it's
the
not.
poor.
Neither of those things are true.
Josh, what's the
That
show
makes
called
sense.
again?
This is called Love is Blind. We are watching season 6, episodes 3 and 4. Things are heating up in the pods here, and as Trevor puts it, the love stars go full supernova while we get some proposals and some admissions of love throughout the series, and some just quality. We get some quality television and some quality lines in these 2 episodes. I was so happy to
So lots
rewatch
to unpack here
rewatch
in
these
this
2
episode
episodes.
of Love is Unscripted, folks.
I have some banger lines that are not related to the episode, but tangentially related.
Ooh.
So I asked my rather pregnant wife. She was doing the dishes as like a favor to me because I had just walked in the door from work, and I said, "Oh, you don't have to do those. I'll take care of them." She's like, "No, don't worry about it. You go sit down and you go enjoy your show." I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm supposed to watch Love Is Blind for the podcast. You want to watch an episode with me?" And she looked at me dead in the eye and said, "I'd rather do the dishes. You go have your fun."
Got it.
Dead serious.
Give it up
That's-
for spouse, everybody.
Love it.
Give it up.
Love it.
Correct opinions.
She said, "I do like my trashy shows, but this show is strictly too much." It's like,
That's interesting because Love is Blind is like works for me, but like 90 Day Fiance is like too scary for me.
I will call 90 Day Fiance, and I'm going to use this word, and I use it correctly, exploitative.
Yes.
Like, it's
It
in
breaks
the
my heart
title.
for the human condition, and in ways that Love is Blind doesn't really, because like I don't know. We
I would
shouldn't
call
get
Love Is Blind as exploitative, but not as
it's like
exploitative
it's a
as
game show that people
you
sign
need
up
a
for.
green
you know?
card to continue
like-
being on this show.
It's just it's that stuff. It's just like oh,
You better
That's
find
something.
love, or we will literally deport you.
You are going back to where you came from.
and it's like it really just brings out the worst in you because it's like, oh yes, this person who is like 75 has found true love, and it's this man from Tunisia who is 20. And like,
Yes.
oh,
Nothing
oh,
sus there.
Oh, and it just breaks my
Hello,
it
young
makes my
female
tummy
from
hurt.
Croatia. You better love this this blob of a human being, or you're going right back to
It just
Croatia.
looks like this person who looks like a thumb. Just
Man.
they let yeah. If you have thumb genetics, you're either a police officer or on 90 Day Fiance. That's how it
or
works. I don't know.
or you're just British.
Or you're just British. That's an unfortunate side effect.
British for knowledge.
Oh, oh God. Yeah, like I said, 90 Day Fiance like makes my tummy hurt in a way that this show doesn't. But
Yeah, if
I
you
understand where you're coming from.
if you actually suggest that we watch 90 Day Fiance, like Love Is Blind, I had no idea what's going on. 90 Day Fiance, I am aware of, and I would have just I would have driven to where you are, taken that Saturday, and said to you personally, I would have shaken your hand and said no, and then I
Like
would have drove
I
back.
would rather watch. This will only mean a lot to like two people. I think I'd rather watch Hereditary again because I really liked that movie, despite it being, I think, the most horrifying movie I've ever seen.
I would. If you, wait.
As opposed to 90 Day Fiance because
If
it
you,
just stresses me out.
that's not even a far bar. I'd watch that right now. Why aren't we watching that, Josh? Next time we're doing a Creator Got Robbed, we're dragging you and making you watch Hereditary. I
That's
hope
good.
you like horror. Anyways, that's not what we're talking about today.
Yeah,
We're not talking about superior scary movies. We're talking about what are we? We're talking about episode 3, I guess.
Talking about our sleep apnea warriors. Give it up, folks.
Oh my God. I felt very connected to Jeremy in that moment, but then I was also, dude, where's your CPAP? Like, why didn't you bring it?
God gives his toughest soldiers his sleepiest sleep apnea.
I mean, yes,
That was a lot funnier when I wrote it down.
Oh my
I
God.
wrote it.
I have
So
have a
this,
couple
I guess,
different
just
things
to
that are
like.
not related. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
So this Jeremy is our sleep apnea warrior, and this is the first time we really get like some extensive time with Laura and Jeremy. We get a lot of this is kind of the Laura, Jeremy, and then the third person who we'll get to after this is kind of our main a triangle that is introduced in this episode.
Yeah.
I kind of liked their initial conversations. I think Laura seems extremely cool and funny. Like I love her. I loved her bar staring face.
Yeah, that
story.
was really good.
And I do agree that the holidays are kind of have you feeling down sometimes. I was like, I'm glad that they're like talking about this is like kind of real stuff to talk about. And I was like, yeah, I get that. Like, I feel that. That's real. I don't know. I thought their first discussion seemed pretty all right. Jeremy had a lot of Reddit energy though, and I don't like it.
Yeah, and something I took away from that conversation is like Jeremy seemed to be like saying all the right things, you know, talking about the family life and like making his own traditions and like, you know, how sad the holidays have been, but like wanting to, you know, sit on the love seat and look at their family and yada yada. And then he's sitting there in an interview being like, Laura's my number one. Like, I'm jamming with her. I'm vibing with her. I'm feeling her. Like, we've got this connection. And then 30 seconds later, he's like, oh, but also there's this wild card who then he has a date with and like opens up to in a very, very deep way that he does it with Laura. And I'm like, bro, that doesn't sound like a number 2 kind of conversation yet. Here we are talking about, you know, our dead dad and going to take you to the cemetery where his ashes are spread. I'm like, those two things don't necessarily go together.
I mean, if I could be that guy, you don't know if that was edited out.
That's
have
true.
no.
We have to go off of the text.
Yeah, I do have to say I have a lot of notes for Sarah of what was Sarah Ann that was shown to us. This is like the most
Patriot
red flaggy
alert!
person.
Patriot alert! Can we get a Patriot alert sound effect here or something?
MAGA Patriot alert! I
took
Mike Lindell, my pillow.
Because there's a lot of like awful people that I think if I ever met them in real life, it's like, hey, I don't even want to have a drink with you. Like, we have nothing in common. I'm gonna let you go your way. I'm gonna go my way. Sarah Ann is firmly in that
She
category
might
of
be the most diametrically opposed person to you, I think, that could possibly be like
100. Yeah, 100p.
conceived of. It's incredibly funny.
Jeremy
Uh,
says, "So, what do you think about politics?" And she's like, well, just to be clear, I am a conservative and a patriot." Whoop! The Chinese red flag goes waving. What
Yep.
do you mean you're a patriot? Can
We
we back that?
we get
Can we
we
define that word?
we get the toxic abortion conversation of, well, if you're gonna lay down consensually, then you just have to deal with whatever happens. And I'm like, oh, okay, baby girl,
Right.
like.
And then she backs it up. She realizes that she put that monster truck into motion, and then she like hits the reverse on said monster truck. And it says that but I don't think politics belongs in these types of conversations.
Baby girl,
But
politics is
It
everything.
absolutely does.
I'm-
Oh
oh
boy.
my god, are you kidding me? Everything is politics. Oh man.
yeah, just
Do
that
you know
was
what?
like me
This
suffering
is
listening to this.
just to deliver additional suffering to people who may be listening to this. I did some Instagram snooping. I believe she's a big Joe Burrow fan.
Oh
What's a
Which is
Joe
no.
Burrow?
which
Cincinnati Bengals
is a
quarterback
notable
Joe
Cincinnati
Burrow.
Bengals quarterback. Very
You
funny.
know, the other thing, like, just that conversation, like, watching it a second time was not any less frustrating than watching it the first time. Like, I knew what she said, I knew how she delivered it, and I still was just like, God.
She's also very
Look,
fake.
so-
She said
yes,
like, "Oh, geez, I'm sitting down. Listen, my Botox is about to fuck up." She's like, "Oh yeah,
girl,
you
right?
got
Like,
a little Botox action going on." She's like 28. Like, calm down.
She's got
And then she
Botox
says,
and fillers and talking about how she wants
Yeah.
her
Jeremy
husband to
should
just,
get
like,
lip fillers, though. I'm kind of serious.
No.
Just
Let
like a
him.
touch. Just like a
Maybe
little
just
We
a
all
little
can.
bit.
A little bit.
No, listen, we all can't have voluptuous lips. You deal with the cards that your lord gave you. All right. If you're gonna have snake lips, you're gonna have snake lips, and you gotta deal with that shit.
I mean, just
Yeah.
keep that phrase in your mind for later episodes. For absolutely
lips
no
or
reason.
Botox?
Just snake lips, just,
Snake
Snake
lips.
lips. All right. All
Yeah.
right. All right.
I love the thinking here.
yeah.
I guess another early note I had from this episode. I guess I think we have a conversation, an AD Clay conversation early on. Clay, I see that Clay and Jamal, I think, have like a male positivity and vulnerability moment.
Yeah.
As I have it written down. This is again, I think, is like kind of going to be Clay's arc through the show, because we get him trying to turn the corner a little bit on like how like abrasive he came across in like the first couple of episodes, where it's like, okay, we're like seeing him trying to like work through maybe too much stuff here. It's like, maybe you need to, like Gray, you were saying, like, maybe you need to go to therapy and not make the person you're gonna try to marry without knowing what they look like
Yeah.
be your therapist.
He's
like, it's-
absolutely doing that.
You'll
It
be
is exactly what's happening. So it's like,
I took a screenshot and sent it in our group chat. He says, "Listen, I've never been to a therapist," and I think my comment was, "Yeah, no shit." This is
Until-
not again, not to spoil anything, but this might be a recurring theme throughout the rest of the season.
maybe, I don't know.
Bro,
Yeah.
I wrote here too, like, I just wrote in giant bold letters, "Oh my god, 80, stop," because Clay's in here with the waterworks and saying, trying to be sensitive,
he's
and
saying all the right things,
and she's
but,
just like, "Oh my god, Clay, I think that's so masculine. I appreciate you saying that." And like, yeah, I had this connection, but I also feel you. And
I'm not gonna type this. I'm gonna read my note I have for that right out loud to you, Josh.
do it.
Clay crying is not doing it for me. Also, Clay's apology to AD, ew.
Yeah,
Like,
100.
I'm tracking. We're on the same wavelength. I am shocked that we could sit here from an outside. I've never seen this show before, And I'm just like, this is fake. This is fake as shit. I could do that too. You want me to do that? This is just acting. Why are you falling for this? Are
Yeah.
you all that thirsty to get married like
Well,
I'm
and
not
that?
gonna
and,
lie.
and again,
Honestly, I'm reading my notes and I kind of bought it.
Oh my god! Mike over here like.
yeah,
No,
we
that shit's
you know,
fake as
just
fuck.
just again, this goes back to me and like when my wife and I were watching this the first time, like the entire time we're yelling at AD because like, baby girl, you're literally falling into the trap that you said you came here to get out of, and you're falling for the same dude. You
So
were
bad.
reverting to type in the worst way. So
These are like the red flags you wave of someone that's like, listen, I'm not gonna keep beating the drum like everyone in this show should talk to a specialist, but AD and Clay maybe especially should sit down with someone with a couple degrees in brain psychology for a little bit because this is toxic. Like it's toxic as fuck to have us watch this on the show. Is there some kayfabe to it? I'm not even sure anymore. I don't know. I think they're just hurt people and they keep falling for the same like
I think that's it. You know, I don't want to be like thinking about like things I have seen past this too much, but like
mhm.
again, I think a lot of like sometimes just like Clay just says some stuff out of like nowhere, and it's just like that's a really weird thing to say, dude.
Thanks for
And just
sharing. Why
and
did you
she's
say
just
that?
like and she's just like what why, and it just makes everything like throws everything out the window like all the time. So yeah, that I think like I kind of bought this maybe a little bit more than you guys did,
No, not
but
for a
like
second.
again, I think the question is like, is this real? Is this not real?
Yeah,
We'll see. I
I,
don't know. I'm
so and
I
not
it's
will.
sold.
it's a little tough
I
for
will
me.
admit.
It's tough
No,
for
go
me
ahead. Go ahead.
because I'm trying to like I'm trying to watch this as if I'm watching the episode as is now and not color it by what I've seen in the future and what I know about how the show ends.
Mhm.
But you know, yes, I'm with Ray on this one. You know, Clay is just and okay. He talked about his sanctuary and why his love isn't good enough, and I'm like, my brother in Christ, you're on a dating show. Like this is the whole fucking point.
Yeah,
Like
I wanted to say either this is like just some season 6 of a dating show kayfabe, which is if this is what they're going with, this
he
is
keeps
just
using that
toxic
word,
and
and I
they're
don't know
really
what it
playing it up.
means.
What you
It
say?
means like yeah, so like
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
uh
Go ahead.
it's like when wrestlers pretend that like the Undertaker is a real spirit from hell and not just
Yeah.
like a guy. That's kayfabe.
It comes
Gotcha.
from it comes from the carnival era of like, oh yes, he truly is the strongest man in the world, and then you see a guy lift up some weights that weigh, and it says like painted on the side, 100 kilograms each, but it's like 10 pounds
I
each
see
or
what you're
whatever.
saying.
Yeah. So I don't know how much of this is just like shunted off, it's scripted, and if it is, it's like, hey, this maybe this is just for the views, that's whatever. Or if this is like two real people going through a real event, it's like, oh, that's not okay. Okay, well, I guess we're just gonna. I don't know what's gonna happen. And it's the first person. This is my first time watching it, but I assume that this is just gonna end in catastrophe when they finally. They meet next episode. I'll just give that away. I don't know.
Yeah.
Josh walked away real quick. Okay, that's a shame because I have a note specifically for Josh. I'll just tell it to Mike.
I,
It says King Kenneth, and I'm gonna.
you know, so I've got a note here for Kenneth and Brittany because they're like our next couple we see pretty early on here.
Mm-hmm. I
You know,
used to
they're
be.
hitting it off pretty well. I love the deceptive editing we get here about like, is he a short king or not? Because it's like,
Gosh.
because he's sitting there, you never really get a good view of him standing up or not. And
Mm-hmm.
she's like, why would it be weird? I kind of don't want to date somebody like who's shorter
Yeah.
than me.
She said
And
her
so it's
exact
like
lines is respectfully, I hope you're not 5'4". Like what?
just it's so funny because they're like clearly like, oh, because like they're making the thing like, oh, is he short? Is he tall? You don't know.
No,
It's
he's
just so fucking
clearly
funny.
tall.
Like at least for me, I couldn't immediately tell. I'm like, I think he's like normal size. I don't know.
Yeah, he looks easily above 5'9" to me.
Yeah.
Easily. I
But
do have a
shout
note
out
for
to the short kings out there. We love you.
absolutely. Your size doesn't matter. This show is playing up that your size matters. Ooh. Speaking of playing up something that shouldn't matter, Brittany to Kenneth. Hey, what ethnicity is your family? I have this note right afterwards. This show sucks.
I
Because that's
think
not
like
even a. No,
yeah,
go ahead.
like it definitely is like I think that's a big piece of the I guess like the history of the show
Mm-hmm.
where they do honestly get into some pretty decent conversations about like hey, I'm black and you're white, like are you prepared to like if we get married and have kids like to raise like black children? Like that's something people talk about and it's like you get some really good conversations about that. Uh so
Really
like
defeats the whole Love is Blind concept.
I
Like,
think
kind of kills it.
I understand. I think it's a little bit different than like saying, "Are you a baddie or not?" Do you look like Rihanna? Yes or no? Please
What
check
was that?
yes.
Do you look like Megan Fox? Yes or no?
Right. Like, I think that's a little bit more of like a. I understand that there's still certainly like a visual aspect.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but I think that's like a I guess when people are talking about that, I'm like, okay, well, their head's in the right place because that's like something you to ask somebody before you marry them. Like, er,
Wait, hold on. Now I gotta fight back. I said last episode we talked about the whole like, hey, and typically when you're dating, it is very, very appropriate to put whether you have a child or not front and center. And so whether your race, whatever your race is, in a show called Love is Blind, why the hell does that matter? You are
well, it's like
defeating the
culturally,
purpose.
it's like we live in America, you know,
I'm going insane. I'm actually going insane. Hey,
Ray. Do you think all these contestants just fell out of a coconut tree? Is
what
that
does
what you
that?
think?
I know what you mean, but what does that mean in this
Born in the
context?
context from which you came, that being our kind of evil country.
Oh my goodness. I would just say I know
I
that
will say,
question. Mm,
uh, the for Kenneth and Brittany. Oh my! Like one of my notes here is, uh, I like his sweater in this scene, uh, and that they're waiting till marriage, and we get it. Okay,
I
I
actually have a
get
note.
it.
I'm waiting till marriage, and my exact words were, and I'm going to spell it out for you: Kay. K.
Just like, all right, we get it. You're that okay, fine, all
One,
right, okay,
I don't believe you. Two,
whatever, okay.
two, shut up.
That's
Pl-
exactly right.
Please shut the f up. No, that's me. That's my opinion, though.
Yeah,
Take it as you
that's
will.
fair. That's a I've got another note here. This is not like a. I think the next big thing we get is the Kenneth and Brittany proposal.
Sure.
Um, but I also have a note here from, I think their name was like Ariel, and he said, "Yeah, I would be great at this if it was like is blind," which just thought was really funny.
Life is blind.
Like is blind, not love is blind.
Oh, okay.
Just like
I missed that. That's fun. I like
I do
that.
love like finding like a like is blind, which is like you got to find a new guy to like add to uh your Discord to play with the boys, and you're like, all
Hmm.
right, okay, like what are your thoughts on like Miller Lite or like sports, huh?
Hmm.
And just to like speed date bros to play Helldivers with.
That's not a bad. That's not a bad. Like, listen, man. I'm gonna
That
say
sounds
some
great.
words. You're gonna have to tell me what you think about them. Number one, the breaker shotgun and the Helldivers. What are we talking here? Plus or minus?
That's hilarious.
If they say minus auto kick,
We gotta cut this part out and then make
I
this.
will not.
We gotta cut this out and then make our own show.
Okay. I got to episode 4 because there wasn't much I could say about episode 3 besides that Sarah Ann is
Oh,
like the human being I would not hang out with.
I've got a few more notes from episode 3 here, I think.
Okay, go ahead.
We have a lot of the next like kind of big triangle we get back to is like, well, square. No, love Zed. That was our term. Was the Jessica, Jimmy, Trevor,
gosh.
Chelsea situation. I said, here are some notes I have from the Jessica Jimmy date. The
Okay.
pasta dinner looks good. Again, food, getting sued. All caps, don't follow baddies on socials. Just bookmark if you have to.
Oh, did I have that note? Do I have that note?
Because he.
Yeah, no, that's in the next episode.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah. I do have that. Don't think I don't think I don't have that note though. I have so many notes about Jessica and Jimmy in particular. I'm ready to go.
Yeah. Jimmy, because like Jimmy's really trying to like slow walk the Jessica walk back here. Or like is trying to be like, he's just really trying to get out of it because like it's been going downhill ever since like the I have a kid reveal. And it's just he's clearly just like still kind of into it, but like it's clearly backpedaling in my opinion. And he just needs like if that's what you're doing, Jimmy, you just need to cut it off because like you're stringing Jessica along here at this point if you're not into it.
Jessica seems, if I can be polite,
Mm-hmm.
this is the most polite I'll be about it. Jessica seems desperate with a capital D. And I think it's because she does not want to be seen as the person that walks off this show when maybe she shouldn't have been on it in the first place. She's like, I am here to get a man. And that is my goal, much like the other ones. They're all there to get a partner. But she's like, no, I am leaving with a man. There is no option B. And it's going to be Jimmy, even though I find him to be problematic. I don't care. It's going to be him. That's the vibes I was getting. It's like, oh, we're in that categorization, are we? That's neat.
Yeah, what else do I say here? Yeah, like I think I say here like Jessica's really kind of laying it out on the pasta date. I have Jessica's laying it out here like grimace emoji. This is not gonna end well. I don't think he's as into it. So it's like Jessica, I think part of that desperation can probably I feel it comes from Jessica probably feeling that Jimmy's kind of like getting cold feet. Yeah.
But she's not letting him like kind of slide away.
Right.
She's like, no, I'm sorry. You are ensnared in the net. I have my claws in you.
Yeah,
You're not going anywhere.
We have there's a really big thing I think it happens later in episode 4 we gotta talk about this.
Yeah, I have many a note about this.
We'll get there.
Many a note. You want to
I
talk
think
about
next
episode 4?
big one I have is Jimmy, Chelsea. Jimmy's immediately more into like the Chelsea date. Getting pretty real here, cry face, because I'm a big Trevor. Like Trevor's the guy. Chelsea, it's not Jimmy, it's Trevor. The music cue is top tier.
I called the music still rancid in this show and on the nose at times.
It's rancid is truly a great word for it. It is just diabolical. And it's so fucking literal. I love it so much.
To be the music editor on this show that just searches a music bank for just the most obvious lyrics to put into a TV show.
Yeah. Oh, and I think like the next big thing here for the Love Zed is I think Jimmy. I think Jimmy and Trevor tell Chelsea that they love her. Like Trevor says it to Chelsea, and she is just like, and like falls out of her chair and just like, but like very
We are definitely
explicit.
in episode 4 right now. Let me tell you that.
My notes still say episode. My label still says episode 3 here.
Nope, nope, nope. This is episode 4, guarantee you. I say this and I know because I watched it like 3 hours ago before we started this podcast.
Well, I'll have to check my where I put my notes
Run the
here.
tape back.
I'll double check this, but um the girlies love it. Jessica does not. She's fucking pissed.
Wait, this is Jimmy saying "I love you" to Chelsea, right?
I think like we get both. We see both.
Okay,
Jimmy,
this might be Trevor saying "I love you" to
yes,
Chelsea.
because
That happens in episode 3. You are correct. My fault.
yeah, because like Chelsea comes in and is like, "Oh, I think he loves me," and like Jessica knows that Chelsea's the competition, and she's like, "I'm gonna kill her," and I honestly I love her. She's great. Okay,
Jessica is not okay. She's not okay.
yeah, we just I think we got to get to that episode. That the
Okay.
how this situation kind of blows up here in a bit. Now I have my episode 4 notes here. I appreciate
Okay.
the realness of P talk.
I hated it. Well, first of all, anyone that pees in the pool purposely is trashy. F you. If you pee in the shower, that's 50-50. I'm gonna say out loud, I don't pee in the shower because my toilet is 2 feet away from my shower. I go to the toilet. If you pee in the shower, that's between you and your deity or whatever. But you pee
Yeah,
in the
it's
public
it's
pool,
right there.
F
You
you.
know,
F you.
that's
Nope.
just again, I don't think I agree with everybody's position there.
Mhm.
But I just appreciate the realness.
I like AD saying, I am flabbergasted right now. And I think it was Jessica who said, don't judge me. I'm like, no, I'm with AD judge. No, you're allowed to judge these people. Stop peeing in the pool, you weirdo.
Oh my god, I love it. Um, Early notes I have from episode 4. Can I just read these to you verbatim?
Please read them verbatim.
Jeremy, all caps, porn brain. It really do be two dumb bitches saying exactly to each other. And I'm assuming this him talking to
I gotta
Sarah
know. I
Ann.
gotta know that you'll love.
Yes.
Verbatim, Jeremy the player.
Yes. He's truly like Sarah Ann is talking about herself, and he's truly like cartoon Tex Avery Wolf, like honk honk a wooga.
Mm-hmm. I would have a beer with Jeremy. I think he would be a fun conversation. At the very least, he would know
I
how
don't
to carry
know
a
about that.
conversation.
I have a bullet point here that says I can't wait to be vindicated about Jeremy. I think like he has some good like kind of adult conversations with Laura,
Mm-hmm.
but I think there's too much noise with Sarah Ann in a way that is like, what are we doing here? But
What are we doing here? Does he just want to boink Sarah Ann? Yeah, I said it. Because he's clearly not in the same political strata as her. And I'm sorry to other people that think you can have same politics and get married. No, you can't. I mean, you can. It's not going to work out. Those are diametrically opposed, like, life decisions. So yeah, what are we doing here? Just having fun. Just going on dates. Drinking wine.
you
Snacking
know,
on salads.
what's that guy's name? Um, he's the Democrat guy who lives in like the crazy ugly house. James Carville. Yeah.
Oh, him. Yeah, what about him? Does he have
His
an ugly house?
yeah. Oh my God. Okay, you gotta.
I'm gonna
We
look this
gotta.
up. James
We
Carville's
James
house.
Carville house. Just look it up. He's like a Cajun guy who like not Cajun, but like is very much from like the South and has like a New Orleans drawl. Um, I think he
This is
helped like
his.
Bill Clinton win. the presidency of forever ago, obviously. Him and his wife are like, I think, operatives for like the. He's a Democratic operative, and she's like a Republican. And I'm like, how do you? I don't understand, but
I did not know that. Is that true?
yes.
That is weird.
Also, their
Also,
house is very ugly.
I'm looking at their house. I see so many houses. I don't know which one you want me to look at.
Hold on, let me find the architectural digest on this. No, I don't want. This is a really good, worthy sidetrack here. I'm sure everyone's like, "What are you talking about?" I
I
the
just want to
Google
talk.
image search results feel like are not as ugly as I remember them being. Oh no,
I was
has
about to
my
say like,
taste gotten worse? Oh
unless it's
no,
gotten worse.
I swear to God, this house. This. Oh wait, is this?
None of
Hold
these
on.
houses are hideous, so I'm kind of curious. I do raise my eyebrows at any house with like
Okay, wait.
a
All right,
parapet
okay.
in it.
I'm sending you the image here.
Okay, send me the image. Okay, on the inside that is hideous.
Thank you. Okay, there. It's an
mm,
extremely. I guess it's like very It's like very tacky.
mm-hmm.
In a way, like it could be considered a little. I don't think I can say this. Cunty.
Yeah.
You
I
might
think that's
look
a
at it.
proper way to describe it. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know. Uh,
She has
but
a
it's just
fainting couch. Who buys a fainting couch?
right.
A fainting couch in this house in this state, located entirely within your
James
living room.
Carville's house. Um, I forget why we are talking about this.
We're talking.
Anyways,
Why are we talking about? Oh, we're talking about people having diametrically opposed political positions.
that's right. Okay. Um, yeah, it just so I don't really. Again, I think I'm calling my shot now. I
Okay.
think I think the Jeremy situation is. I'm very dubious. I'm dubious of how this will work out or how this might go if he ends up if we end up really proposing uh
Okay.
here. I'm dubious.
I don't
um
know where it'll go. I can't. I abandoning this as a show. I cannot visually see in my mind's eye the character named Jeremy bending to one knee and doing anything other than cracking a joke.
yeah,
I can't see it. He doesn't seem like a serious person, and that's okay. Yeah, we love our players. We love our men that get out there, mix it up, type out an argument on Reddit, grab a beer, and go to sleep.
that's right. uh I guess kind of jumping around here. I think we have Clay and AD have another conversation. uh
Ugh.
this again seems like we are bending towards a proposal.
Hmm.
um I don't buy it still.
Well, I have notes about this proposal. If you would like to hear them. Uh,
uh yes, I would love to hear them, please.
After AD, to once again to be as not helpful as possible, AD toxically accepts this proposal. Clay says, as opposed to "Yay, I'm happy" or "Thank you very much" or anything that a normal human being would say when someone accepts your proposal in
Hmm.
marriage, he says, and I quote, "Rock out with your boy Clay." Like, God damn it!
That's look, what is marriage but rocking out with somebody you love, you know?
mm, I I don't know. I was watching that whole scene like, really? Is this what we're going with? All right. What? You're just going to quote a Bible verse as well? Since when were you religious? You've never indicated that once in the. Shout out to
This
Kenneth, who at least was real from jump about his
yeah,
religion.
I that feels very like how to how how to propose on Google type of
But
like how do I do this? This ugh. I don't
What's
know, man.
worse, that the way he delivered it, or the fact that it
Mhm.
worked? What do you think is worse?
Oh, when you put it like that. Oh no. Oh
Like,
brother.
if it's a dumb
Oh
idea and it works, it wasn't a dumb idea.
no. No. Oh, you're
Every
so right. Oh
every
no.
plane crash that you could walk away from was a good landing.
When you put it like that,
Hmm.
damn.
I
Oh,
think
that
that's
hurt.
yeah, it does incidentally
Oh,
speak
buddy. Oh
less to
no.
AD. It does.
Oh man. Oh. I remember saying earlier this episode, I don't know, I kind of buy it. I'm so stupid. I'm dumb. I'm not smart, guys. I do
Clay
not.
got you. Your
I
boy Clay got up in your head and you fell for that
I
swagger.
like a yeah, I got played by a player.
You
What
got
can I
played by
say?
that Clay. Don't be a
Call me the
Clay a hater.
call me call me the PlayStation 5.
You got played like Pac-Man. Oh my god. I have a note. I have a note about Kenneth and Brittany, if you don't mind. I'm gonna steer away
Please, I
from.
have a note on this too.
Okay, Brittany. I'm so interested because Kenneth says he identifies as a black male. Again, my note on that is just
Woo!
K. what does
Identifies like
what does that
like
mean?
mm,
I
mm.
identify as a black male. What did you mean by that?
What do you mean? What do you mean by that? What are you saying? What do you mean?
Back up! No, don't cut the camera. Point that shit back at her. Tell her to make her give definitions. Oh my gosh.
My 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 note for this is all caps. I don't see color ass reveal. Um LOL. Love is Blind is fixing America. A little too relieved he's not short. Diabolical editing.
Diabolical. I never once assumed Kenneth was short. I don't know how you. Not a second in my mind did I believe he was short.
Look, maybe this episode 3 and 4 are giving me like serious like am I stupid? Like kind of reading comprehension kind of moments. Cause like I don't know. I couldn't kind of tell if he might maybe they put it in a room with bigger furniture. You don't know.
That they
That
specifically
would
tricked
be
Mike by getting a couch 7
that
inches bigger than the others.
that would be next fucking level. If they put somebody in a room with bigger furniture, so you like think like you don't know they're kind of short until the oh my god.
Just to trick you.
Oh,
Oh, that would be
oh
fun.
my god.
Like they keep moving Kenneth and Brittany around, so Kenneth has to go to the pods that have the love seat instead of the couch.
Right. Oh my god. We
No,
gotta write this down. We gotta do this.
I never once assumed like, yeah, he's short. Like one, he's got like too deep a timbre. It's really hard to have a deep voice and be short. You know what I mean? That
That's a good point. Yeah.
like, I guess speaking not only culturally, but just like the way your body is built. Yeah, if you're shorter, you're gonna have a higher range voice. That's kind of how genetics works. It's rare to have a low voice and be short. It happens. It's
Right.
just rare.
Yeah. Okay.
Strict
So
medical
I have
awareness.
one note on Trevor Chelsea before we get to like Jimmy v Jessica round 1.
Go for it.
Trevor, he's gonna propose. She's gonna say no. I don't think you should give someone a dog collar. Like,
No. Hold on. I took a note on that. That is a cute idea. Me and Anna, we did that. They're called bond bands.
mhm.
And when we were very temporarily long distance, I had those because it's just a cute little thing of like, hi, I'm thinking
That
of
was
you.
cute. I thought that was cute.
Yeah. Wait, what did you? I hope that's not a dog collar to me. I thought that was cute, but then again,
No,
I'm
like, cause
biased.
he's like, doesn't he like give her like his? Didn't that happen?
Does he give her like a collar?
like his dog's collar, because I feel like this is the thing that happened.
No, I
Again,
think you're right. Oh, I didn't
okay.
take a note on that. No, okay. There are certain things to me that are so beyond the pale. I don't take a note on that, and I'm like, I don't know how to process this.
You just black out like like I don't know why this is the first thing that popped into my head, but did you ever watch Moon Knight?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
It's like
Oh,
you
you
go into the
black out
Moon
like
Knight
in
mode
Moon
when
Knight.
something too cringe happens, you just like
Duh. It's just all over.
and then
Yeah,
you just
I
wake
do
up and an
remember that
episode's
now.
over.
I remember looking at that like, no. Yeah, I did say that. I'm like, no, no, no. I thought it was just like really stupid dating stuff that like someone's
Yeah.
gonna watch that and someone's gonna think, oh, that's so cute, and I'm like, this is just not for me. I'm
I
not gonna
thought it
take.
was weird.
Yeah, okay.
But again, he says, "I love you" again, and she doesn't say it back, and I'm just like, "Oh my god, no! It's happening. You know it's happening. There's nothing you can do to stop it at this point."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Has your opinion on Trevor changed at all?
My opinion on Trevor is I'm glad you asked that question. I did write a note on that. I said, you know what? He is now officially someone I think I could sit down and like have a brewski or a strong drink with, and I think he would have some fun conversation.
I want Trevor to give me a piggyback ride.
He probably could.
He could. He's so big.
Okay, I did take this note as well. Like, okay, he's clearly on roids. He's juicing. You know what I mean? There's little key
He's pretty
indicators that he's
big.
juicing. Humans don't normally get that big in the United States without a little bit of help. And maybe, you know what, Trevor, if you listen to this podcast, shout out to you if you're all natty. I don't believe you. Not
I do not know anything about lifting, uh,
you can possibly
so
get that
I
big
can't
without
speak to that. But
assistance.
he's pretty big. I'm not
You,
gonna lie.
we'll talk. We'll talk offline. We'll
Okay,
talk
we'll talk.
offline.
We'll swap recipe.
Yeah.
Um, so
Do we
that
want to
just like
talk about the
we got to talk about the letter is the big thing here, right?
yes, I have a note for this. I have a note at the very top. It's just
Yeah.
4 words. Jimmy villain arc LOL.
Oh my God, Jimmy. Hey Josh, welcome back.
I'm back.
We are just up to the Jimmy Jessica. Like Jessica drops the letter.
Oh,
Ray says the Jimmy villain arc has begun.
I came back at the right time.
Yes, you did. Okay, I think Ray, this when you were talking about Jessica being like a little desperate, or at least having that energy, this letter is like very scary. Is kind of scary. It's like I wrote a letter to my future husband, and I'm going to read it to you.
Yep.
And it's just like Jimmy's face as he's reading this, because he's like trying to like, uh, Larry David, Curb Your Enthusiasm style, like back out of this relationship, and like he's like
But
looking for a good opportunity to do so, but it keeps getting worse.
Here's the thing: he's also not, because right before then, he's having a conversation with her about like, what's it gonna be like when we meet? Like, what's the electricity gonna be like? Like, we already have this connection here. What's it gonna be like when we're together? And they're like, he's like, I love the love, but I want the lust too. And he's having this like next level conversation with her. So he's not also doing like, he's both deepening the relationship, but also doing the Larry David, I'm trying to get out of this, and moving, somehow moving the ball forward. Like, he's purposefully and not purposefully moving the ball forward. And I just like, I get it. Like, say what you will. It was a lovely letter. Like, I think a lot of people, have something in mind, and especially when you've had an experience with, having a child early or having a relationship early, like you have some things in your mind of like, okay, when I meet the right person next time, like these are the things I'm going to commit to. This is what I'm going to do differently. And like, I understand where she's coming from in that. And I thought the letter was really sweet. And then Jimmy just going, that is very sweet. And then silence. I'm like,
okay,
bruh, that's it.
Jimmy has a dog brain. I swear to God.
No, I am polar opposite, Josh. I was like, that letter screams. I said this earlier. Jessica is very much my claws are deep into you. Don't you dare try to wiggle mode. And that is like, hey, he's already kind of given hints like I'm trying to like navigate, maybe back off a bit. And she's like, that's cute, you think that. BT Dubs, here's this letter that I want my future husband to read. Read it, Jimmy. Read it in front of God and country
That's
on
right.
national TV.
On camera.
Yeah. That's it's like, hey, at what point are we allowed to just say Jessica's being manipulative?
I don't
I
think
think
she's
we've
manipulative,
crossed the
but I think it's
Rubicon
a
on that.
lot.
Oh,
It's
I
very
think
much.
I think you're way out of pocket on that one. Like, I mean,
No.
I get it. Like, it's a lot, but like,
It's
people
a lot.
people do
Reverse
a
the
lot.
genders.
People do a lot on this show.
Reverse the genders. Imagine Jimmy said, "My future wife is going to read this letter. Read it out loud, Jessica."
Oh, Ray, you want me to imagine a stupid woman? I would never do that because I support women. Okay. Nice try. Try harder. Okay. Trap avoided.
Wow, wow. Oh my
Mm.
God.
Wow. Look at that.
I love it. No, I looked at that letter and I could relate to what Jimmy's like. Okay, I'm trying to leave out of this, and you are making that impossible. And she's just like, I know, don't do it. That's the vibe I'm getting.
Bold claim here. I'm gonna say that Jessica is the third least toxic person on the entire show when it all is said and done.
I mean, you've watched
Shots,
the whole thing.
Yes.
You know, that's interesting. Can I read my verbatim note here?
Yes.
Please, please.
Jimmy, Jessica. She has great faces. Jessica is gonna die if this doesn't work out. Who writes a letter to their future husband? Like several years ago.
I think that's a fair
Oh
note.
God, here it comes. Get Hercule Poirot in here. Jessica is going to kill you, Chelsea. Mirthless chuckle. Bud, all caps. Jessica unloads. Bang, bang, bang. He's been trying to worm out since the kid reveal. Vine boom sound effect. We're mocking now. So like
I did take
Jimmy
a
does
note.
not respond to this well, and
No.
Jessica
and
just like
see,
fucking
here's the thing though, like
kills him.
I will say
So good.
she does not, and I appreciate this in her, and this is something that Chelsea does not do, and I think this is why things go the way that they do here in a little bit, but like Jessica does not let Jimmy get away with shitty behavior, whereas Chelsea celebrates it. And I'll get to that point here in a minute, but like
Mhm.
she's like, "Hey, what you're doing it, like I'm telling you all this stuff," and he's like, "You're doing a great job," and she like gives him the finger guns. Obviously, he can't see it, but like, yeah, thanks for the attaboy, but like, the fuck are you gonna do about it? And then he's just like, I can't tell you what I want to hear, and I'm like, bro, get out of here! Like, what a loser! He's such a chump every time things get like a little bit real beyond just like, hey, maybe we'll have some good sexual tension. He's like, oh man, I don't know if I'm ready to commit to you fully, because you kind of said I needed to do better, and I can't have somebody who tells me to do better. I'm Jimmy. I'm perfect. Don't tell me to do better. Tell me that I'm a good boy. Jimmy pisses me off.
I have polar opposite notes. To read my notes. Jimmy sucks, but Jessica also sucks. LOL at Jessica saying, "You ruined this opportunity for me." Okay. And also when Jessica said, "Oh, I also took a note of the music." Mike, I wanted to say this earlier. What is with the
Yes.
interstellar horns at 27 minutes in? This show's fucking weird.
The music
There's
is
like, blonde,
because it's
blonde.
so good.
And Jimmy loves to take the cop out answer of like, oh, I don't want, and he says this to Chelsea too, like, I don't want our dates to be about other people. Bro, you're in a love star. Your dates literally are, again, same thing what I said about Clay earlier. You're on a dating show. Your dates are about other people. Like, you have to have these tough conversations, and Jimmy just wants to back out of it every single time. And I think Jimmy, ultimate bag fumbler for sure.
Can I
don't
give
think-
my? Oh,
Go
sorry.
ahead,
Go
go
ahead. All right. My note for the Jimmy Chelsea combo, which is like the next big one after this, I have a note here that says, "Cozy Kenneth, give me your wisdom." Uh,
Mhm.
Thank you, Kenneth.
Yeah, in
Uh,
his snuggie.
yes. Jimmy is too in his feelings. Don't fix him. Yeah, you're blowing this, bud. Have you considered people are people? I'm really mad at Jimmy in this note. This is not very constructive or descriptive of what's happening at all here. It's just Jimmy hate.
I
Uh, he
Go
wants to
ahead.
choose Chelsea, all caps. Oh fuck! I think that's Jimmy telling Chelsea he loves her is proposing. No, that's him telling he like loves her. I think
Yeah.
Chelsea is so dramatic, but she's so happy about this. Yes, Jimmy, ruin the moment. Ah ha 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 ha. All caps.
what
Mhm.
what
No.
what I
I
love.
have a note. I have a note about the way Jessica took the end of the date thing, and she said, "I have to just leave this." My note is in all caps with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 explanation points. It says, "Bye, Jessica." I want her to leave. Get out. Go.
No, here,
Bye. Get
Man.
gone.
Man. Well, we'll
Ray,
get to that.
you're oh god, you're so oh my god. Now this is going back
Bye,
to
Jessica.
this is going back to episode 3, but here's where I know where Jimmy just needs somebody to validate him and doesn't want to be challenged ever because he's a little bitch. And this goes back to episode 3 where Chelsea is in the date and tells him how good he reacted to hearing about the divorce conversation. And even Jimmy doesn't believe it. God, country, Jimmy. Nobody thought that Jimmy reacted well to that conversation, but she's like, you just reacted so well and it made me feel so confident in you. Whereas Jessica's like, hey, I care about you, but I expect you to like reciprocate that, and I expect you to try and better yourself.
Oh,
And Jimmy's a bitch and
God.
won't do it, and that's
Jimmy
why he
Chelsea
runs.
is such a bad pair.
That's why he
Oh my
runs
God.
from Jessica, because she challenges him to be better, and
Mhm.
Jimmy does not want to be challenged. He just wants to be coddled and told he's right. He's a
Just wants
fucking
to watch the game.
yeah. He's
Mhm.
such a little bitch, and honestly, he's not good enough for Jessica at all.
Right.
Even
I'm happy to see Jessica leave. I have this note from Jessica with the "You will need your EpiPen to open up your airways once you breathe the world's oxygen without me." Like, get off the show. Get
when
outta
you
here.
see me, you're gonna
will
choke. That
I'm like,
fucking
oh
line,
my God.
so good. Just got his ass. You went-
That's not a got him. That's like that
Oh,
is the
and I love
stereotypical.
it.
I'm so good, you will never see anyone as good as me. It's like anyone that actually says that, it's like you're so full of yourself. Go on, get gone.
but
Yeah,
she
it
also
rocks. It's super funny.
she's also right.
It is funny.
She's
It is
also she
hilarious.
also definitely walks. My note for this is like Jessica walks into their final confrontation in her slaying outfit. Like, I'm going to
Yeah,
kill this
yeah.
man.
Also, can we
Some
talk?
of the
Uh,
outfits
Can we
were
talk
great,
about
yeah.
Laura stirring the fucking pot, being over there with Chelsea when she
oh,
drops
like
the bomb?
fucking little finger. She's like, you should
Yeah,
go.
yeah. She's like, Jimmy's not your dude, and he's like, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? She's like, just Jimmy's not your dude. Like Laura just out here fucking
But wait,
stirring the
hold on.
pot.
I want to say Laura's right. Like, she's right.
I mean,
She's not
yeah,
wrong.
but that wasn't her. That was not her place to tell Jessica.
No, I think that was solid advice. Like, hey, this person that you keep getting like kind of verbally blown off by, that you don't even know what they look like, and you don't really have that much of a connection to, hey, maybe move on. I thought this like, hey, that's actually solid advice. I hope she takes it. Oops, she didn't.
Okay,
Oops, all berries.
so I have yeah, like the Chelsea Jessica tension is extremely palpable in like the ladies quarter shots.
Yeah, that
Laura is like
ooh.
doing the Game of Thrones, like, hey, like, she's clearly upset about this. I say that this is like the part from Midsummer. They should put Jimmy in the bear if you know
I
what
have
I
not
mean.
seen that movie yet. I want
Put
to.
Jimmy in the bear. We get the, I guess before this, like, I have another note. Oh, I guess we should maybe end with like the Clay AD reveal, because that's like kind of separate from some of this stuff.
Sure.
But I have I have Trevor big dicking Jimmy here talking about the love Zed in public, but he's so real here. I loved his prisoner's dilemma ass analysis of it,
Yeah,
which just
bro. And
Trevor's so cool. How did you fumble this, Chelsea?
Also, this is a moment too where I do believe Chelsea had made a choice, because like the gift that she gave Trevor, and the little bracelet thing. I'm like, she
He's
chose
tapping
Trevor,
it, and she's not tapping
and
it.
Trevor did not tell her he loved her soon enough, and she knew who she was competing against. And when Jimmy said "I love you," she changed her mind. I 1,000,000,000% believe that there was a shift there in a decision that had already been made. But yeah, that was the last note. The thing that I end the episode with is just my note. Oh, Trevor.
I don't know what's gonna happen next. I hope Trevor gets with Jessica. Just like this awful mixture of just like a guy that's just super chill and a woman that doesn't know what the word
A
chill
woman
means.
scorned.
Bro.
I love Jessica.
They would have
I've
some weirdly proportioned children, but
No, I want to talk with you offline. I have opinions about Trevor.
let me see, make sure I get all this stuff.
we do get
Yeah.
the 80 Clay official reveal. It's sweet. They're into each other. Whatever. Moving on.
Lots of PDA here,
Yes.
like immediately.
Yeah, 80 reverting to type, Clay doing what Clay do, and
Clay's been like, the body.
the
I'm
body.
like, oh, bro.
Yeah, AD all day. AG all good.
Oh.
I have
I
nothing to say about their reveal. I have
no comment. I love the camera shots to Johnny and Amy in this episode, because they're like, hi, we haven't been here in 2 episodes.
Yeah,
Johnny's like, what's
was
going
that?
on, huh?
we're happy.
What?
We're not toxic. We're literally just here until we go to our honeymoon. So have
It's
fun,
just
everybody.
so funny. I love it. I also, for the final like Jimmy Jessica like Phoenix Wright ass reveal, like I have something like Jimmy makes it official that he loves somebody else. She unloads and like gets him with the timeline on this point too, and Jimmy just has like, she's just going, and I again, like, I think the delivery is like pretty harsh, but like I think she's kind of spitting bars here.
Oh,
like, I don't think
100%.
anything is wrong, and Jimmy just has no response.
She brought the fucking
'Cause
receipts.
she
She laid
got
it all out.
cooked. She cooked him.
She cooked him, and Jimmy fumbled the fucking bag from the beginning.
I think he
gonna
I think he
choke.
I think he dodged the bullet.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
You can
lucky
agree
for
to
you,
disagree.
Ray, you get to watch episode 5 and 6 here on unscriptedgaming.com, and
Ugh.
you get to see whether or not he choked.
Bring your EpiPens, folks.
Bring your
You're gonna need
EpiPens
'em.
to see what happens next on Postscripted Love
And
is
your sleep apnea
Unscripted.
machine. Don't forget
Yes,
that.
don't forget your CPAP when you visit us on Facebook at Unscripted Podcast or on X at unscript_gaming. There you can find all of our socials. You can find us on soundcloud.com/unscripted-gaming. There you find our audio versions. We are on all the major podcatchers. We are on Google, Apple, Pocket Cast, Stitcher, anything you can get us. And then we are also on YouTube for the video versions, where you can see us drinking out of our lovely Love is Blind goblets, and they're all their shining glory. Thank you for listening to Unscripted Gaming. My name is Josh.
My name is Mike.
My name is Ray.
Peace.